That is what the Special Operationals Executive, SOE, possibly could have done in the Second World War. Suitcase held the radio, and there's all different types. There was the voice one, there was the Morse code one, there's also one where you attach a light, and as you press the key the light flashes, and that's for air reconnaissance. So there's all different types, but the main thing was it was small, it was compact, but they weighed about 40 pounds, so you had to be pretty strong to carry them. Now the SOE was formed on the 13th of June 1940 by Winston Churchill, and they used to call them Churchill's Toy Shop. They had all the training, and they were under the control of Sir Frank Nelson, and they trained exactly the same as the Special Air Service, or LRP, which is the Long Range Desert Patrol Group. The commandos, they did exactly the same training, but the only difference being when they dropped in by themselves. Now, a perfect example of someone from the SOE that is 100 years this year, and her name is Szabo. I can't remember her second name, but it was the one Carve name in Pride. She was an SOE. And if you see that film, it's pretty much on what would happen. Right, before I open the case, and before I show you what's inside, I've got a very, very important thing to do. Don't close your eyes, I'm only going to take my coat off. Okay? It's like a sauna in here, and I got a heavy coat on. And I've done this so many times, my lungs are all working now. Right, this is the case. As I said, with the batteries in, would weigh about 40 pounds. What equipment you got in there is the headset. Very handy because you don't want the Germans to hear you playing disco music or any other music. Very quiet. Keep it to yourself. Right? This is the type that was metal, and you used to put it on at the back of your head, so it was held secure so you could hear what was being said or being sent to you. Another piece, but I didn't use it in this demo, is the aerial. And what you used to do, you used to tie one end onto the radio set itself and throw it up in the trees, and that would be an antenna. You'd have a spare box, and in this would be your bulbs, your little connections, pieces of wire that you might need in an emergency, because you can't just go down the shop and buy what you want. This is the Moor setup. You'd have a light, and when that light will come up, and it's red because red can't be seen very far, and that's why you use red in a tactical situation on a torch. It's got the switch to turn it on and off. You've got the connections to the battery, and you've got the Morse code key. The other part is very important because technically you don't need earphones. In an emergency, you could get it on, you could get it rigged up onto the frequency you want, and you could just tap out the Morse and hope someone has got the message. It's always best to wear them, but like I say, if it's damaged, and you'd have different connections then for the aerials and stuff like this. And all this stuff here, the equipment, is all stamped between 40 and 45. Not saying it has been, and I'm not saying it has not been, but possibly some of it could have been used in an operational theatre. I would like to think it had, but it's still the same, isn't it? And it all fitted quite comfortably in the box for the case. And you could quite happily just walk away. Little suitcase, major use, saves life. So when you see it on television, it's not big suitcases, not everybody carries them. What they used to do is get them to a resistance base and hide it away there, because if this goes, your little pack is gone because there's no way of communicating. And we need a lot of communication. If you go to the email, onto the site, Google, there is a museum of the SOE. It's a private museum, but they're more than happy to welcome you. Because of the Data Protection Act, I haven't been in touch with them to ask them if I could give all the details. So, SOE Museum, and it's in Staffordshire. The lady is very pleasant, give you all the information you want, and possibly too much. You can't take it in. So this is just a little bit of what happened in the war. Very, very brave people. I think her name was Violette Szabo, the lady in Carve with Pride. Left children behind, but done her duty. Right, I'm not going to say no more than this. If you go on the internet, you can find all the information you need. You can see the different cases on there. But if you want to see the size of it and all that, it'll be on a display in the museum. Right, keep safe, keep well, stay indoors, and look after the old. Must be ancient. So someone look after me, and take care. Thank you.
With some of my tablets.
SOE is special shit. No, that's
operations.
Not operations executive.
Do it again then. Cut.
So it's running in, see?
Getting exhausted, we fall asleep now. You don't like it.
And you standing there in the dark like a cheap Japanese sniper.
I am good, behind the pillar, but I am ready to get there.
We should have bloody torch and find out where you are.
Put the spotlight on here.
Is this still running?
No. You believe me, Jim?
You don't know what he's bloody picked up, Barbara.
I know.
Go back. Do it again. You want some exercise in months? Right.
It's like a bloody BFT, yeah? What you've seen there is possibly what an SOE agent on the continent would have done in World War II.
Cut.
Special Overseas Executive.
Cut.
Cut what?
It's running.
You know what to do there.
Yeah. Shit, that's in free.
Run around the block.
Right.
Can you get me a taxi to fetch me in knackered?
Right, you know what it is now? Special Operations Executive.
Oh, get a ventil in.
You're getting over there to that bloody bag now. Yeah? 46, the man.
Okay, wait a sec.
This is about the size of the suitcase. And if you've got one of them, you can always use your mobile. It's just gone off because I sent in a text. You want to do it again? My phone. I'll put the phone in the kitchen.
I got mine in my pocket, but mine didn't work. I'm going to take mine with you.
What?
Take mine with you in case.
Take mine as well.
In case. They go off here and knock it right up.
God, I was doing good.
You go telephone boy.